Hi, this is Paint Pouring with Roz, and my full name is Rosalind Eve, but everybody knows me as Roz, so you can call me Roz. And today we're going to be looking at cells. So if you've had questions about cells and you want to know more about it, what kinds of cells there are, then this here example is an excellent one because it shows all kinds of cells. I'm sure some of you are familiar with some of them, but probably not all of them. So let's zoom in here so we can get a closer look. So we've got wobbly cells, good cells, tortoise shell cells, better cells, and worms. So we're going to start with wobbly, and that's the ones circled in blue here. Wobbly cells are ones that are misshapen. If you think of round as being the perfect shape, then these are definitely misshapen. Also, there's cells and cells, which kind of make these interesting anyway, but they're not, wobbly cells aren't a favorite of everybody, just some people. Okay, so you can see that there's also one here in this blue circle as well, and it's not a rounded shape either. So now you know what a wobbly cell is. It looks like an air bubble coming up underwater that the current is smushing around a bit and making it not round. Okay, so then you've got the next one, which is good cells, and good cells are usually considered solid one color cells, like this white arrow points to this red one. That's a good cell, a normal cell. Usually they're more rounded than that, but that's still considered a good cell. And so let's look at, and we've got one more here, the blue one here. There's other ones there as well that are round. And let's look at the next one, which is tortoise shell. Okay, so that's me. That's my name for what I see as cells like this. To me, they look like the shell of a tortoise because you got these fine little lines in between them, and they all are fitted together so well that it looks like a tortoise shell on the bottom. Okay, so that's what tortoise shells are. Tortoise shell cells. Okay, better cells are this one. These ones are in red. Now I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer again, and you can see that we've got some nice blue ones here on the right, up against the red here. See these nice blue ones in here? Those are all good cells, solid color cells, and that's what's normal cells. But they're also, these ones are bullseye cells, but because they're not perfectly round, they're not perfect bullseye cells. They do have the strong rings, which make them interesting, and that's why people like bullseye cells, is because of having a nice strong ring around them. So this one is in pink with a dark blue center, and you can see a nice white one up here, see, with the darker center and the darker around it, but you got the white ring. That's a bullseye cell, and more perfect than, let's say, these ones here. Okay, this one is good. This one would be very good, almost round and beautiful cell, a bullseye. And this one as well is good, but it's not perfect because, again, it's sort of more almost diamond shaped. So it's interesting, but it's not perfect. We're all aiming for perfection. We all know that there is no such thing as perfection, but we aim for it, right? Now, don't panic if your cells are not all perfect, because there's more than one thing that goes into a painting that make people like it. We're going to have another example here, and let's bring it in a little closer. I'll zoom it in, and you can see we got some more bullseye cells, and this is a beautiful bullseye, again, this tiny one, but again, not perfect because it's oval rather than round, and these ones too. So you're starting to recognize now what bullseyes look like, all these ones that are surrounded in white. circled with white. Okay, so you've got this green one in here with the red in the center. That's a good one. This one is a perfect one, this little white one in here, and it's even got like a red cell around it as well. Okay, so you can see this one that looks like an eye, and you can see this one that is surrounded in pink and red. Yeah, the rings make them more exciting and more interesting to look at than just plain solid one color cells. Okay, so the only other thing I wanted to discuss on this one is the broken cells. This is what broken or disintegrated cells look like, the ones the blue arrows are pointing to them. To see how it doesn't have a nice edge on it, it's all rough and choppy and broken. Okay, that's broken cells. And we do have more over here as well in the red, you see here. Okay, so that covers those broken cells. And let's go to our final example here. Yes, this image isn't marked up. So I did that intentionally because I wanted you to be able to look at it and see if you could recognize the cells for yourself. Okay, so you see right in the center here, this perfect bullseye cell. Alright, so now you know what you're looking for. You can see all the different kinds of cells here. See the strong bullseyes and the different ones, all the different types of cells that you can get. Here we're looking at more plain cells, just one color cells. This one I think looks like an egg. But you can see the difference when they have rings and they don't have rings, and when they're misshapen and so on. Okay, so now you know what cells there are, what kinds, and you're starting to learn to recognize those cells as well. So if you found this video interesting and you would like to subscribe, of course you can, and I would love that. You can click like, subscribe, and of course if you would like notifications, then you could click the bell as well. Okay, so that's it. That's everything I wanted to cover, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye for now.